Hey guys, so you ready for today's June 24th, 2018, almost 1:45 p.m. Central Time. I want to start with this though. When you guys contact me through any platform, email, whatever, and ask my opinion about politics in general, or even SCOTUS cases, I find that very flattering, and I think it's neat. I think it's really neat. And I actually do try and do videos off of those questions versus just writing back to certain people, especially if I get enough questions. And this particular video is an answer to many questions that have happened since the original case that SCOTUS took up on this travel ban, which the left calls a Muslim ban, which is fucking retarded, okay? The first go around, I said, and I had a video on it, I could find it and re-upload it, that the Supreme Court would indeed rule in favor of the White House travel ban, and they upheld it 9-0. So they did. Masterpiece Bakery, I said SCOTUS would rule in favor of the baker, and they did. I will yet again do a prediction. SCOTUS ruling on travel ban very soon. I can't remember exactly who brought it up to this level, probably like ACLU or something. They will uphold it once again, because if they don't, the only reason the left is arguing, and I read some of the testimony, if you will, that went back and forth between the justices and both lawyers, or both sides, is their argument is what Trump had said on his campaign trail before he was president of the United States. If he had said something about, and he did, he said something about, well, maybe we need a Muslim ban, or yes, we need a Muslim ban. However he said it. Then he apologized for it. He didn't even say it out loud at a campaign rally. He said it backstage before or after, I can't remember, to a reporter. Then it got around and he apologized for it or whatever, and then reversed it. Okay, so it doesn't really matter. The fact he said that apparently is good enough for the left to say that this travel ban is really a Muslim ban, and that you can't discriminate against a certain group of people based on religious beliefs or nationality. That is their argument. However, if SCOTUS were to rule in favor of that argument, it would set a very ugly precedent, for one, because that would actually hold accountable presidents, people who are presidential candidates who become president, anything they say on the campaign trail against them when they become president, if they follow through with some sort of close to what they said that's controversial as a policy, whether it be foreign or otherwise, and somebody on the left will have a hissy fit, or even on the right, you know, depending on who gets in office, and bring it up to SCOTUS again, whatever it may be. And that would be, one, an ugly precedent. But two, when you're not the president of the United States, you can say anything you effing want, okay? Anything you fucking want about anything. It doesn't matter. You can say it on a campaign trail for the Senate, for the House, for state senates, for state houses. It doesn't matter what you say when you're not part of the government. That's freedom of speech. When he became president, he did not say in any way about a Muslim ban. Keep in mind, okay, that just as a side note, Obama had a, quote, travel ban, if you want to call it that, to the exact same countries for a very long period of time during his administration. I think the Trump administration added one additional country that Obama didn't have on the list, but beside the point. So not only does the Supreme Court have that to look at, looking at a different administration, had done the same thing, but what the ACLU or whoever's arguing this is arguing that he's doing this because of, you know, the nationality, the religious beliefs, and all this stupid trash. Taking away all of that bullshit, okay? The law's the law. Simple as that. The President of the United States, under two things: the Constitution, and there is a law that was passed regarding immigration that specifically states, and I should have brought it up and I didn't, that the President of the United States, and it says something similar to what it says in the Constitution, the President of the United States can control immigration, meaning anyone who comes to this country or is not allowed in this country, anytime he wants. But in the legislation, they actually were more specific, because that was kind of like caused a little bit of problems in the past. They said that basically the president has to have a precedent for it, meaning why are you doing it? It has to be for national security purposes. There has to be a reason behind it, type of situation, that it's the benefit of the United States of America and the people for whatever immigration policy you put in place as president versus, you know, Congress doing something. So, and that's why, indeed, SCOTUS ruled the way they did last time, is because of those two laws. The only way this would get ruled against the Trump administration is if they take into consideration what someone said and what someone thinks. It's almost like thought police during their campaign. Or, again, thought police would be after he got into office, of what he really did it for, but not what he said in the executive order or memorandum or whatever it was. That would be scary. That would be a scary thing for SCOTUS to rule on. And you're supposed to rule on the law. And they're supposed to rule on the Constitution. They've ruled some gay cases in the past that I don't agree with, that were kind of toss-ups. It's just I didn't agree with them, and I wasn't sure how they were going to come out. Just like this online tax thing, I wasn't sure how that was going to come out, but I was really hoping they were going to go against it. But I understood why they voted for it. But I still haven't read the individual judges' rulings, if you will, because I really want to see why they did that. I know they use the Commerce Clause and stuff, but that's beside the point. So I wasn't sure how that was going to go. So I don't really comment on those types of cases, other just opinion, but I will comment on this one. I will make a prediction. SCOTUS will rule in favor of the White House regarding the travel ban. And if they don't, this is an ugly road for the future for anything that a president who's a presidential candidate says on a campaign trail. Period. And that shouldn't be taken into consideration at all. Period. Because not only is that First Amendment speech, but they're basically, like I said, thought police and everything else. And you have to base it on the law. And under everything I just mentioned, Constitution, the immigration law that was passed in Congress, he has every right to do what he did in that travel ban, Muslim ban. Now, I will say the first executive order that came out, I can tell you right now, and I did a video on that, saying that wasn't a good idea and that was not going to hold up in court. And indeed, parts of it didn't. Because they were stupid. I'm not sure what lawyer he ran that one past, but they need to be canned. But the rewritten one that is actually going, this is what's truly going to the Supreme Court at this point, the rewritten one, was written perfectly. Period. End of story. That's my prediction. So hopefully that answers all of your questions you guys have had over the months. This is Are You Ready For It? Take care, guys. Have a great day.